Welcome back, everybody. I'm going to keep showing you now how to continue on your FPP project. This time I'm going to show you how to add text to your InDesign layout. The first thing that I want you to do is you're going to have to download your text document from your Google Drive. So I'm going to show you how to do that right now. The first way to do that is you're going to go over here to your Google Drive, and I want you to go to Google Docs, open up your text. Mine is called Text Filler. Okay, and I'm going to show you how to download your document. I want you to go over to the top left, go over here to File, Download As, and we're going to be downloading it as a Microsoft Word doc. When you do that, it's going to go into your Downloads folder. I'm telling you this because when you go into your InDesign and are looking for how to place your file, that's where you'll be able to find it. Once you have downloaded that, we can go ahead and close out of Google, and I'm going back to my InDesign layout. So I'm on my InDesign layout and I'm ready to place my text. If you remember, you are dropping information in, and so you're going to use Command D or Window D to drop your text in. So I'm going to go ahead and click on this first column, and I'm going to hit Command D or Window D. And I'm going to go find my downloads folder, and I'm going to find my text. I'm going to go ahead and click on it and hit open. You can see that your text is now loaded to your mouse or to your cursor. What's really nice about this is that in your column, you can simply click to load your text into the column. I am going to give myself about 1 or 2 inches down because we're going to leave this spot for a quote, and I'm going to go ahead and just click right about here and notice that the text loaded up beautifully into my column. There's this little red box with a plus arrow inside of it. That's letting you know that you still have text that's not showing. So for this, I want you to go over here, back to this mouse, the selection tool. I want you to click on that plus arrow, and you can now have your mouse or cursor loaded again. I'm going to click in the same spot, but on my second column, you can see that there is still text. I'm going to keep going until I have placed all of my text. Now I'm going to place my last text into the fourth column only because I'm going to change the size and font of this, and so hopefully I'll be able to place it all in just those 3 columns. So I want to now change the font of this. I'm going to go ahead and click on my text tool. I then click on the inside, really anywhere in your text, and I want you to hit Command or Window A. This is a shortcut for Select All, and so all of my text is now highlighted, meaning it's selected. I want us to use the Times New Roman font. It's a really great, easily readable font. And I want it to be size 11. Now, if your text keeps going and going and going and it goes on and on all the way to 6 columns, no worries. You can then change your font size to size 10, and if it's still too much, you can change it to size 8. Since I have a good amount of text that's not too long, I'm just going to keep it at 11 point. Now, you have now placed your text into your columns, changed your font, and changed the size. However, if you look here, you can see that the edges are kind of jagged. They're not really smooth, they're not really clean, and I really want a nice, smooth, really professional looking layout. So I'm going to show you how to justify your text so that it's aligned on the left side and on the right side similarly. I mentioned before that there's multiple tool presets when it comes to the text tool. There's the character formatting controls, but there's also the paragraph formatting controls. We're going to go over to the paragraph formatting controls now. I want you to scoot over 1, 2, and 3 to justify all lines. So you notice your work went from this to this, making it look really nice and professional. The next thing that I'm going to show you is how to add a drop cap. A drop cap is a capital letter that is bigger and drops down multiple lines. It's a really nice, classy, professional addition to your text. In order to do this, if you have a tab here, I'm going to show you how to get rid of this indentation. However, if you don't have the indentation, don't worry, hang tight and skip on to the drop cap. So to get rid of the indentation, you're simply going to click here, and you're going to go over to this icon right here, first line left indent. It's at 3 picas. You're going to go down all the way to 0. And you're going to notice as I'm doing this, my letter is going all the way to the left-hand side. Great. So you have kept your indentations for all your other paragraphs, but your first paragraph no longer has it. You're now going to select your first sentence, and you're going to go over here to this icon right here, which is the drop cap. It's a large letter A with an up and down arrow, and I want you to hit the plus button. We're going to do about 5 lines down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you now have this really nice, really professional looking drop cap. Excellent job. We are almost done with the text part of the InDesign layout. So we have our title, we have our text that is in our columns, Times New Roman, size 11, we have a drop cap, we have it justified. I'm now going to show you how to add your last part of the text, which is your quote. We're going to go back to the text box, and right here in these 3 columns, in between the artist names and your biography, I want you to click and drag a text box over those 3 columns. Now, see how I didn't want it to go over to this red line? I wanted to keep it on this purple line where it's green. That lets me know that this is aligned perfectly in the center of my columns. I want you to type in a artist quote. All right, something interesting. Okay, make sure you're using correct punctuation and quotation marks. This is the other place where you get to have fun with the font. We're going to go back to our character formatting. I'm going to go ahead and make my font size about 24. Oh, you know what? I can probably make it even bigger than that. I'm going to go with 40. Great. And now you have placed a large quote. You can always change your font style, something really nice, something like this. All right, so you have your artist name, an interesting quote from your artist, your text, and you are ready to start placing the photos.